Hey, I'm back. I'm still Kevin, and I'm not childish, but I'll guarantee you our government is. Most ridiculous thing, totally impossible. Now, before I get started, I'm a proud American, and I don't mind I don't mind telling anybody that the United States is the best place to live. And it has some of the greatest people, although I've met many great people that weren't from the United States. But the people in our government that represent us in our government are the dumbest group that I have ever seen. Most selfish, self-centered, and childish that God ever put in one space, in an area the size of DC. It's surprising that they can figure out how to get to work in the morning when they do work. And of course, work is supposed to be force times movement. Well, they may spend a little energy, which is force, but they don't show any damn movement. Nothing happens. I mean, they flap their gums a lot. I don't know what they're there for. Entertainment, I guess. I mean, right now the TV stations the news stations anyway, are making money hand over fist because of the antics down there in DC. In fact, I was thinking that maybe we need to see if we can make some money off of it. But first, if you claim to be a Democrat, the left, or you claim to be a Republican, the right, you're wrong. You just don't get it. On either side, I'm not talking about our congressman, I'm talking about anybody that makes a claim that they are proud to be a Democrat or a Republican. All of you should be, well, I won't say that. You were created just like I was created. God made me, God made you. You're here for a purpose. Maybe so some of us can actually realize what the right way is, because it certainly isn't on the left or the right. Anybody that's down there can't be of any intelligence whatsoever. And I'm thinking mostly about this this health bill, which I'm not even sure they should be sticking their nose in. I'm not even sure that our government should have anything to do with health insurance. So what I'm first saying is no, I'm no expert on this. And so because of that, I only know we just have a bunch of idiots, you know, sitting around down there getting paid, and getting paid really good, not in some people's eyes, but when you consider all the crap that they get, I say crap, all the bennies they get from lobbyists, from having the inside track on investing, and actually they ought to be happy with just that, but no, they got to go even further. They got to do things that are illegal. For what? They already have got their, you know, once they've been elected to an office, they're pretty much set. You know, they're going to have a better retirement than we do. They have better health insurance. They don't have to care whether we get good health insurance or not, you know? And I don't think they have any clue as to what's going on. I mean, anybody with a little bit of common sense knows that part of the expense of health care is due to the fact that we have third parties like insurance companies, and frankly the government's a third party as well, because they stick their nose in, they put subsidies here and there, and so everybody takes advantage of subsidies. And what they're really showing us is we have no morals. This country doesn't have morals, and those people down there have even less. Now, I didn't know I was going to get on this subject, but I'm going to talk about it. I don't know of anything that gives you a reason to have morals except being spiritual, having a God, having someone that you know is not just looking out for you, but also looking at you. And they're letting you know when you do wrong. That's your conscience. That's your spiritual side reaching out to you saying, hey, that ain't right. And where does that come from? From being open-minded and allowing it in. From saying that, look, there's got to be something more to this world than, you know, birth and death. So these people down there clearly aren't listening to their spiritual side. They need help. First thing is they need to be gotten out of there. And frankly, when I say they need help, there is a percentage of people in this world who will never be able to get in touch with their spiritual side. And the big reason? Honesty. They do not know how to be honest about themselves. Whenever you see a right or a left supporting their side of the argument blindly, which most of them do because they don't have the intelligence to understand for themselves, you have someone that's dishonest. They're dishonest with themselves. They're not willing to look at all the facts and then have to put them all together and say, well, this hurts that, but that helps this, and this actually contradicts that, so where am I at in all this? I've made plenty of statements that I've had to go back and said, you know what, I don't even agree with what I said. I said it at the moment, it sounded good, but when I really started, you know, putting logic to it and look at the moral side of it, I can't go along with what I said, so I'm taking it back. I'm sorry I said it, and I'm sorry I misled people. That's honesty. These guys, gals, they're just a bunch of lunatics. They were put here. We still have the best country in the world, but we're not getting anything out of them. Which brings me to my last point, or my last idea, and I think this would work. It ought to be a reality show. A comedic reality show where we film all these lost souls with the sole purpose of showing how foolish they are, how often they contradict themselves. You know, and then the money that's made off of it goes to the people, because we're the ones watching it anyway, and they're foolish enough to make life entertaining. I mean, I actually don't like most comedy shows. And the biggest reason, because I can't believe people are that stupid. As a child, I watched I Love Lucy, but I really didn't like it. But 3 channels, that's all we had. And, certain times of the evening, early evening, that's all that was on. Yeah, reruns even back then. And in my mind, I couldn't accept the fact that a person could keep making the same damn mistakes, even though it was a TV show. I couldn't handle it. I would have thought that the producers would have felt stupid constantly showing her in that light and her being willing to make all those idiotic mistakes she made. And that's why I can't watch the other shows like Friends. I mean, look how stupid that was. They were just a bunch of morons and made a bunch of stupid mistakes and constantly misread everything. The Big Bang Theory. And I've only seen bits and pieces of these shows. And other ones, what's that, Sunny Day in Philadelphia or something? I don't know. That one's really, really stupid. And that's what they're going for, is stupidity. So let's get a huge number of cameras down there. Well, hell, we just pull the surveillance tapes, be sure we have sound to them, and start editing them for a TV program. And actually just start a whole channel just for that. We can even add in all these idiotic news stations and people that want to get popular, and really they're probably going to just look to make money at some point. Why if most of the TV stations and programs are left, that we have a fair number of right type shows, videos on YouTube, because you get more people to watch you being the opposition. So yeah, I'm wondering if the people that are even on YouTube are legitimately trying to make things better or not. I want to say that my goal is not to really talk about government very much, but my goal is that it's either funny, something that happened, really happened, because I don't like making up stories. Everything I talk about, in my, why me is truthful. It's not always funny, but it's something to learn from. It's something to think about. And if you don't agree, you don't agree. That's fine. That's great. At least you're thinking. I welcome that. We don't got much of that anymore. Common sense is gone. Nobody knows how to put a bunch of facts together and figure out what's going on. It's a shame. But anyway, let's get on the bandwagon. I'm asking everybody to get on the bandwagon to start a reality show. I didn't even think about what kind of a name. Maybe I'll try to come up with one myself. If anybody else has got one or knows how to get something like that started, let's get her rolling. I could use a good laugh. And besides, after a while, maybe they'll finally figure out how idiotic they are, and the show won't be funny. It'll actually turn into something serious. Let's face it. They talk the most and do the least of any group of people in this world. It's pitiful. Well, thanks for letting me rant.